Nikon from the Daily Tribune.
Thank you
Nice
so
to
much.
meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Um, how do you describe your drag aesthetics and how did you develop it?
For me, I usually go for something bold, something slightly unexpected, something that you are very familiar with, and then mix it with something that you don't know why that I paired it with, but it somehow works. I love focusing on really bold and impactful makeup, sometimes a funky hair or two. But I don't limit myself to like, I only wear blue or I only like dresses. I love being able to mix things up day to day and be a sort of drag chameleon and always look a little bit different, so I guess it kind of depends on the day, which is so hard, or which is why it's so hard to pack for, week-long tours and month-long tours. I'm like, but what if I'm gonna want to wear something different? But yeah.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
For this campaign, what are your inputs? Do you have any inputs on how to do the looks, the pieces that go together?
Oh yeah, well, so I know the SM store definitely pulled a couple specific, styles and trends that we're focusing on this season or this year. There was a lot of animal prints and some bold red looks. There was a lot of a couple different categories and themes that we wanted to hit on, but they were all categories and themes that I think not only are present in fashion today, but also are often represented in the things that I wear. I love an animal print. I love to wear too much red, and some of the other styles that we were going off of that aren't coming to my mind right now. Most of the trends were all inspired by things that I already normally wear. So it just kind of meshed and it just kind of all reads as my regular style.
There are a lot of people, young people now are looking out to you. So what would you advise to those young people who want to do drag or to be a drag queen?
Oh, I mean, just follow your dreams and do everything with intention and try to be informed with what you want to create. I think having an idea and executing that visually is empowering, and it's really makes you feel really, really cool. So if something is inspiring to you, please pursue it. I mean, if I didn't pursue drag, I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't be on the side of the road on a giant billboard. I wouldn't be where I am right now. So if you have a love for something, let yourself enjoy it and let your flag fly.
Yes. What's your personal definition of drag?
Drag for me, we always put some parameters on it, but for me, drag is just all about dressing incredible, dressing the way you want, presenting a kind of different persona than what you would normally present as day to day, and just living the fantasy and feeling fabulous about yourself, whether it's in a crazy yellow jacket or just like sweatpants. Feel your fantasy and live your truth.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Charlene from Business World.
Hi,
Beautiful.
Thank you for noticing.
Like, how long did it take for you to do that look?
Today, a little bit longer than I would have liked. Usually I can get in drag pretty quick, but the eye was a little more detailed than I normally do, and the hair I had to do.
How quick can you do drag?
I usually I can go from start to finish in about 2 hours. Today took a little longer because I had to do all the hair and everything, and whenever I have like a really big event, I always take a little bit too long, even though I shouldn't, because I'm a control freak and a perfectionist when it comes to some things, and I know there's going to be a lot of press, a lot of pictures, so I knew I wanted to look gorgeous for everyone here in the Philippines. So sorry it took a little long, but.
Okay, so you've done a lot of things. You're 23 years old, right? And you've done so much. You're a winner, and now you're an endorser.
And now I'm a loser. No.
No.
That made no sense. Sorry.
Like, what else do you want to do?
Oh my gosh. For me, like this collaboration with the SM store, I wouldn't know that I wanted to do that until the opportunity presented itself. I've always been someone who, is very open-minded to taking different opportunities, to exploring different routes and jobs and lifestyles and stuff like that. So, if director came to me about a role in a movie, and I thought it was a good fit for me, I would love to do that. If a brand wanted to collaborate on like me designing clothes or something like that, and I thought it was the right time for that, I would love to do that. If my life was, you know, just me performing on stage for the rest of my life and I just keep doing what I'm doing, I would also be so grateful for that too. So I kind of take every day as it comes, and I know it's important for me to go out and create my dreams, but I love when people like the SM store or, you know, another brand or another something comes to my email inbox and asks me if I'm interested in things, because half the time I am, and I have such an amazing time doing it.
Like, you've been doing drag since 2014, correct?
I mean, I've been doing drag since the day I was born. I feel like, whether it was dressing up in a silly costume or whatever, but I think performing more around like 18 or so.
Yes, but what do you think will make you last as long as probably Lady Buddy or Bianca Del Rio?
I don't know if I want to last as long as Lady Bunny, but maybe someone like Bianca. No, I'm just playing, obviously. You know what a lot of drag queens have imparted on me is to, you know, be really mindful of, you know, your mental health, your health out of drag. Be really, or try to be respectful of your body. You know, I am in high heels right now, but I'm not in high heels all the time. That will kill your feet. You know, there's so many things that you can do when you're young that you can't do as you get older, and I think being mindful of those things is important. You know, I work in nightclubs a lot, so I'm always shouting or screaming or something like that, but you know, one conversation that comes to mind is when Bob the drag queen and I were working at a thing, he was telling me, he was like, please do not keep screaming when you don't need to be screaming. You are going to be so upset when you're losing your voice all the time, and just be mindful of that. And I wasn't even screaming that day or anything, but you know, there's just little things like that that help you as a human and help you have longevity in general.
Okay. Keep healthy and stay happy.
Yes! Absolutely.
Hello.
Take your vitamins.
Hi, I'm Isa Iglesias from the Manila Times.
Hi, lovely to meet you. I love your phone case.
Oh, thank you. So I don't know if this was asked a while ago, but where did the name Aquaria came from?
That was not asked a while ago. Aquaria comes from simply that I'm an Aquarius. My birthday is February 12th, and you know, I don't even remember quite how it came about, but it's just, you know, it's simple, it's short, it's sweet. Not many people in real life have that name.
Yeah.
You know, only a few, the lucky ones. And I think it's cute. I'm not really in tune with, you know, horoscope or the stars or anything, but I know that I definitely embody a lot of the Aquarius characteristics. So even though I don't really pay attention to that stuff, it kind of suited me, and it's, you know, it's fun. It starts with an A. I'm always at the beginning of the alphabet now, instead of, you know, my out of drag name.
So every day, in every event, you have different looks. Where did you get your inspiration from?
My inspiration comes from all sorts of things. I think I love, I love being inspired by drag. I think the full circle aspect of being being inspired by drag is really interesting. I have a bit of a background in fashion history and art history in general, so I love taking visual or creative cues from old works of art across all different types of mediums. And of course, as a drag queen, pop culture and the pop divas are always, you know, at the forefront of my inspiration and my, you know, creative thinking. So the queens like Madonna and Cher and stuff like that are always major influences to my style, my being in general. I think you can't go wrong if you're doing a drag look inspired by Cher. Like, where could you go wrong?
Yeah.
I guess there's a couple things you can do wrong, but.
I mean, Chad Michaels has a career.
Yeah, hello, yes.
So if you're not in drag outfit, what does your typical dress look like?
Yeah, so I like dressing up when I'm out of drag, when I can, like when I'm going out to the club out of drag. But sometimes my day-to-day style I describe as a fashion intern. I'm always in like a black skinny jean, a black little tank top. I look like I'm behind the scenes all the time, and I think some of that is because, you know, when I'm not in a crazy outfit. I love being in the most chill outfit. But I always love a good random accessory. A crazy pair of sunglasses or a crazy bag definitely elevates my fashion intern look.
So, what can you say that these days more drag queens are now being accepted by a lot of brands?
It's really cool. I mean, this past year, I think we definitely saw a massive amount of drag queens being involved in makeup collaborations and things of that sort. And just to see that is so cool. It's nice for us to have jobs that aren't, always performing on like at a bar or a club, and to be taken seriously and respected in worlds that aren't, our immediate drag circle. Not only empowers us and our audience, but also shows that drag is very prevalent, it's here to stay, and it's powerful, and everyone loves it. Like, even if you don't love drag, you're probably lying. It's very much like, I don't know if you're familiar with SpongeBob and Squidward hated the Krabby Patties until he tried them, and then he was like, hold on, wait a second, y'all are onto something. So I think drag is the same way. Just because you don't think you love it or whatever doesn't mean that you don't really actually do.
So lastly, what can your fans expect for your event later?
Oh my goodness, hopefully some craziness. They have a giant stage the shape of an A. I've still yet to see the entire mall and see all the things that they've the SM stars put up. But the show, I'm keeping it very classic Aquaria, almost textbook Aquaria, doing some original songs of mine that I know that everyone loves, and some classic numbers that everyone enjoys. And we're also sharing a large group of the local drag entertainment in a little runway show with me as well. So I'm really excited for them to have the moment on the stage to express their style and maybe catch a couple fans.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.